So maybe you think I'm going out my mind now.
Alright everybody, welcome to the Zara and Erika commentary special. Now the first episode we're going to do is Cheat Camera. But before we get into the episode, I'm going to talk about how the show was started. Now it was the brainchild of a lot of different ideas. From the adult mall version of Zara and Erika, to the Louis 95 version of Zara and Erika, to, Adult Swim's whole lineup. So I want to do my own show mixed with all those influences. It was actually supposed to be just a grounded series with a whole lot of cussing at first, but I said, you know what, let me do something more creative. So there was this show I used to sneak and watch as a kid called Cheaters. It don't really come on now, but they used to catch people cheating in the act. They used to be fighting and cussing, and I thought that was funny. So I was like, hey, let me put that in my show. Now, I thought it would be hilarious if Zara launched this investigation just to find out her boyfriend has been messing around with her sister, Annabelle. And I felt like that set the tone of this series off right. So while there's a few things I do differently, I love this episode. And even though my sense of humor has evolved since I made this, it's still one of the funniest in the show. Now, what the hell can I say about chicken strips? I actually started this episode with Comedy World, but truth be told, the Comedy World version just wasn't as funny. So by the time I got the balls to redo this episode, Beyond had gotten rid of all the legacy stuff, so I had to start from scratch with Business Friendly. Now, this episode was a request from one of my subscribers, and honestly, I thanked them because this is a funny ass idea. Basically, Zara and Annabelle, they get addicted to chicken strips, and they do everything, and they become freaking insufferable trying to get to those chicken strips. I mean, Zara, she beats the crap out of Diesel, and Erika and Zach, they had enough of it, so they hide the strips, and they go freaking crazy over it. Now, the end where they get arrested because, the governor's trying to go vegan, that was actually inspired by, what I was dealing with at the time. I was trying to go vegan with my sister, but I just couldn't stop eating meat. We all go vegan in the future, but for now, I just want to thank y'all for requesting this episode. Now, the next one is Ginger Zara, which is a total fucking ripoff of that South Park episode. But nah, see, I planned this episode back in 2015. Only originally, when Zara went ginger, everything was supposed to go bad for her. Like, she lost all her friends, she got kicked out the house, she had to move away. But, I decided to flip that. Like, hey, things are looking up for her. And she becomes a model. Now, a lot of the model sequences was influenced indeed by routines I saw with my sister on America's Next Top Model. And the side plot with Diesel, well, that was also planned back in 2015 too. Now, I wish I had made that its own episode, but it's still a lot of funny scenes. And I still think the scene with him hulking up and basically like stopping the bullet, it was incredible. Now, this episode also introduced Tammy, which is of course Erika's ginger cousin, and also introduced a fan favorite, Ginger Shady, who became one of the funniest characters in Valley and Jahari. And I forgot to mention this, the introduction where Zara goes streaking on the football field, that was actually based off some bull crap I did my freshman year. So basically, like all the freshmen, we was on the field. We didn't go full on streaking though, we just dropped our pants and we ran across the football field. And campus security, they got on our ass, man. But luckily, nothing too bad happened. If I could change one thing, I would make the rivalry between Zara and the other model a bit funnier, but other than that, this is still a classic episode. Now, this next one is Rapper's Delight, which I love because it started the running gag of Derek being a bad rapper. Now, the beat for Spaghetti, that was actually produced back in 2020, like before the coronavirus. I was basically, my sister had put me on Pop Smoke, and I like those kind of drill beats. So I tried to make, one of those for my own. And I just said to one of like the dumbest lyrics ever, like, what's dumber than spaghetti? Spaghetti, spaghetti, and meatballs. And in a world like Zara and Erika's, that actually becomes a hit. And the whole Valley and Jahari scamming them with Fuck Fest was actually inspired by the Fire Festival. If y'all know what that is, it's basically like big ass scam that was promoted as a luxury festival, but they didn't do shit to like really prepare for it. So when it came time, they was eating out of tents, eating like these horrible school lunch meals like dry grilled cheese and salad that was just lettuce and one tomato. So for this episode, I combined bad rap and bad festivals and put it in one funny ass sandwich. Now, where do I even start with something great? That was the crossover special with Valley and Jahari, and I tried to cram everything possible into that episode. I tried to get every character, every setting, every location, and I had always wanted to do like a Disneyland type of special episode or movie where everything that can go wrong does go wrong, like the crocodile attacks and the scene where Zara basically annoys the crap out of Taylor Swift. It also introduced one new character at the time, Mindy. Now, she hadn't appeared on Valley and Jahari yet, but I already designed her and I planned for her to be like this cannibal. At first I thought it was too dark, But, this is a special where anything goes, so I decided to just, keep it. Now, the second half where Annabelle and Monica, they go to Orlando and plan to take over the world, that was actually planned for the Zara and Erika movie, the 2018 with Comedy World. It's supposed to be a PG-13 movie about Annabelle being infested with this bug to take over the world. Looking back, I think I made it a little too raunchy, but at the same time, I wanted this crossover to be insanity from start to finish, and for the most part, I think I accomplished that. Thank you for tuning in to the Zara and Erika commentary special. Hopefully we can do some more. And I saw a lot of you requesting to tell Annabelle. Now the reason I didn't do that here, because it's so much of shit, like, deserves its own commentary, its own breakdown. So thank you for tuning in, and thanks for supporting this channel.